Thank you for joining us for another ISV influencer video. I'm your host, Melissa Smith, Alliance Account Manager for Healthcare and Government for North America. Today, we have the honor of having Daniel Lee, the CEO and Solutions Architect of Kokomo 24/7. They're a modular software platform, and they facilitate digital transformation of healthcare, safety, and operations. So Daniel, thank you so much for being with us today.
Oh, honored to be here. Thank you.
So can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you founded Kokomo?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so before I started Kokomo 247 5 years ago, back in 2018, I have worked in consulting in technical background capabilities for 14 years. Companies like PwC, IBM, Microsoft, and through Microsoft tenure, about over 8 years, I was exposed to and worked at various complex public safety and healthcare related work. That's basically why I founded Kokomo back in 2018 to be able to provide, better and solutions around that, because I saw a lot of expensive clunky systems out there. Personally, I grew up in Chicagoland. I went to a school in Indiana, majored in electrical engineering. So that's my background.
Okay. Well, I normally like to start the podcast and ask, what a fun fact about you that we wouldn't find on LinkedIn. So can you share something that we wouldn't go out and see on LinkedIn, Daniel?
Yeah, sure. Okay, let me think about it. Well, I mean, before I decided to major electrical engineering, in my sixth grade, I wanted to always study electrical engineering, but my parents and whatnot, I was going down the path of being an artist. Oil painting, water painting, you name it. I have done lessons and, and all that. A child growing up. And in high school, when I decided to go to electrical engineering at Purdue, my art teacher in high school here was very upset.
I've actually learned something new about you today as well. So tell us a little bit about Kokomo. What do you do? Tell us about the solution and the platform.
Mhm. Yeah, sure. As I kind of mentioned, I have over almost 15 years in consulting, helping out enterprises, mid-sized to huge, Fortune 1,000 companies, helping out in terms of IT solutions and whatnot, complex projects, over 80 of them. I learned and saw how kind of a gray area in terms of a safety solutions. So with that, I decided to start Kokomo 247 back in 2018 with, first client and use cases was around school safety. I mean, today unfortunately, we hear and see a lot of bad things happening on school ground. But that's what I saw as the problem back in 2014. And then, at 2018, I started. So basically, Kokomo is cloud-based, mobile-enabled, built on modern architecture and whatnot, with health and safety solutions that can be deployed and used by any sizable organizations, starting with the 20 people union plumbing companies to one of the largest companies like a BMW, United Express, Academy Award, or largest school districts in the nations. So we built that solution around health and safety.
Okay, thank you for that. So what would you say the strengths and expertises that you bring to the table?
Oh yeah. So the full circle in a way is that before I was working at as a solution architect at Microsoft, I was also mobility architect at Microsoft Consulting Services. So I'm very familiar with the Zebras, some of the other offerings from Symbirs era and Motorola solutions and whatnot. So being a electrical engineering, hardware and software background, and being having experience in mobility. When Kokomo was built, we started as a SaaS platform, so it's 100% software. But I, as a founder, I always knew there's a great synergy if we can extend it with integrate with various industry leading hardwares like a Zebra for various safety solutions, including visitor management system, asset management, you name it. So we are the software platform that can actually enable and make hardwares shine, and then actually address real problem in the world.
Can you highlight some of the key benefits of working with the platform? I know we've had a lot of great experiences together,
Mm,
and you have a really fast go to market, but can you just highlight some of the
yeah.
key benefits?
Yeah, the thing is, we have served over 120 big name logos. You can find that out on our website. By doing so, we continuously enhanced our product lines. So we started from school safety with the 3 products back in 2018, and over past 5 years, we now so call it products have 12 of them on our single platform, and then that's why we start mentioning it as a platform, because if you think about it, we have various solutions: incident management, visitor management system, asset management system, ticketing systems, etc., that if you can view those as a Lego pieces that can be as standalone products that serves obvious kind of use cases out in the market or industry, but also it's a platform so that we can actually take notification aspect of it, audit trail aspect of it, compliance aspect of it, mobility aspect of it. We can put together and put a solution within days, not 6 months, not 3 months, spending a lot of hours to customize or build, let alone build from scratch. So that's the enablement, that kind of enablement that we can actually address various business problems with the Lego pieces already pre kind of built and just put together to address unique challenges from Amtrak's, cheesecake factories, Fifth Third Bank, and etc. As you can tell, all these clients could be served by one single code-based platform. So that's our per se uniqueness compared to point solutions, out in the market.
Yeah, like I said before, I was really impressed working with you, and how quick you can go to market with some of those modular additions to the platform. You mentioned use cases. What are some of the pain points and use cases that you're focusing on today?
Yeah, yeah. So they're exciting projects, we call it, and clients and use cases that we are addressing. I mean, literally about 2 weeks ago, we just did a major first telehealth uh, rollout. So, technology company, what do we do with the telehealth? Again, we are not a medical provider and whatnot. We are the enabling technology platform connecting the providers, doctors, nurses to schools and workplaces, whatnot. So with that, so we recently rolled out telehealth using Zebra's ET40 HC healthcare version, because we need that a device that's durable and also made it for healthcare that can withstand all the alcohol swipes, yeah, etc. So that's great. First, like a recent new module, as I mentioned earlier, 12 products and modules. One of them is now telehealth platform. But on top of that, obvious use cases such as a visitor management system, asset management system, event management system, and field service management system. All those are being highlighted in recent years because of the post-pandemic. Now visitor, tracking who's showing up, who those people are, where they can go is, it's not just a nice to have, but also a lot of organizations are beginning to see that as safety concern, right? Make sure that we know where they're going, who's visiting us, and even sporting events at not necessarily like a big NFL kind of thing, but the school, high school, football games. There's a need of tracking and issuing tickets, and basically validating who's showing up has been up. It's a new. That's the second big project that we are working on, and then lastly, I mean, you hear a lot, especially as a Zebra partners and customers around asset management system, but there's a many kind of variances around asset management system. For example, in schools, thousands of Chromebooks are checked out and checked in, and some students are moving on to another school. There's a whole slew of challenges around just not only just tracking where the Chromebook is, but also that the business, the education brings very unique challenges and whatnot. So those are the kind of our expertise, how we, enable asset management of that. And also asset could be not just Chromebooks, it could be a students, right? Tracking, tracking or ridership, whether they got on a school bus okay, whether they got off the school bus okay at the right location. All those are parts of extension of asset management. Those are the stuff that we are working on these days.
Okay. Are there any other key wins that you'd like to share with us?
Well, I have to say this telehealth is a big one. Albeit it's a kind of pilot program, but we are posed to provide both hardware and software and all the flexibilities to second largest school districts. Albeit we have about 80% corporation clients. We have a great stories around school education spaces in higher ed as well as K-12, and also we got also a pilot going with a third largest. So basically, Kokomo is serving second largest and the third largest in the nation school district K-12 example today. So those are kind of a great wins that we are looking into. Oh, one thing I forgot is that also we are rolling it out in a manufacturing area in terms of health and safety, and everything that I mentioned actually applies very well in manufacturing. So I am actually personally going out to Asia for one of the most number one brand in sporting goods, tier one factory, to roll out our platform there. So that's another big win.
That's fantastic. So historically, what other Zebra products have you incorporated in your platform? I know we talked about tablets a little bit.
Yep. So I'm looking at my office. Right behind my three monitors are Zebra, the RFID gun, the scanner. That's for the asset management system. We are actually piloting it in one of the clients. Basically checking out thousands of laptops and checking back in and things like that. And also for telehealth, we deployed ET40HC. For telehealth. So basically nurses can carry, school nurses or corporation HR, wherever, can carry I actually have it right here, with this silicon handheld. They can carry this and then actually perform the telehealth. And then this is, this kind of looks cool, our logo up there, and this is a telehealth devices. And of course, in the past, during pandemic, we also, Kokomo platform integrated with Zebra's MotionWorks, IoT, the hub. So we actually have done that as well.
Okay. I know we've focused a little bit on the education space with telehealth, but what other industries are you focusing on?
Yeah, I happen to just mention education a lot, but as I mentioned earlier, 80% of our clients are industries in logistics, manufacturing, and healthcare, and SLG, so state and local government for their aspects. So basically, we are very close, working closely with the public sector in general, on top of corporations.
Are there any major industry trends that that you think about?
Yeah, so a couple of things, as I kind of briefly mentioned, that we definitely, us having 12 distinct modules that can be, put together, make a various variations and whatnot. So we get to see the demand kind of shifting for last 5 years. So one of the, since I mentioned telehealth, is that, you used to be kind of red taped that telehealth, not anyone can provide it. But, technology company like us are actually innovating in a sense that we are not trying to become a, hospital or healthcare system, but we are enabling those providers, and they are now more willing to test it out, new technologies, and then actually make impact to health of employees, health of schools, health of communities. So that's kind of a shift. I believe it's largely after the pandemic, and another one is that there's a heightened sense of safety. I mean, I kind of briefly mentioned on visitor management system. Not all the organizations or industries care who's visiting, per se, their premises or sites. But now they wanted to track and as a precautionary and whatnot. So there's a demand in visitor management system and volunteer management systems and places like that. And definitely with the abundance of the hardwares, the mobility, digitizing various data points. I mean, we have seen some doctor's office having an iPad with filling things out, but it's more orchestrated way of digitizing. So therefore, digital transformation is actually happening, and that's where we kind of get a lot of demands that flexible platform that they can start with the one module, one product, one use case, then easily expand the use. So yeah, those are the things that we are things that make us busy every day.
Do you have any final thoughts for the viewers that have joined us today? Anything you want to leave us with before we end our session today?
Oh, well, check us out at kokomo247.com and connect through LinkedIn. Daniel I mean Daniel Lee with the one L. You can search for me, and I travel all the time, coast to coast, and then conferences. I go to Bartech, all with the zebras, yeah, etc. So I love to meet and then share what I'm hearing. And as a innovative company, I am very heads down in believing in partnership. I'm not just saying it in terms of just sake of saying it. We literally, if there's a common impact that we can make together, hardware or whatever, the services out there, I'm always in it to win together. So always, feel free to reach out. I'm very, very available.
We definitely appreciate it. And we appreciate your partnership. You've been a really great partner of ours and looking forward to doing a lot more with you in the future. But thank you so much to the viewers for joining us. And Danielle, thank you again for your time. We really appreciate everything, again, in the partnership. So if you need to reach out, you can reach us at www.zebra.com. Thank you so much.